Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Lorna's story. We're picking up right where we left off in the tavern, in Shorewatch. I think you are spending the night here, and then you're going to
Oh yeah.
leave in the morning?
Oh yeah. Bright and
Okay.
early.
So, what do you do?
I go to bed.
Okay. You and
Did
Ace
I
can
get
go to bed.
Yes, yes, we do. Did I get any temp HP from that dinner?
Let's see.
They ate, drank, they talked with Modi.
That's right, that's right. It's less than the temp HP you currently have, I believe.
I have none because I
Then
got
it's
my
one.
ass beat. All right.
It
I
appears the
got my
tavern
ass
is
beat.
busy.
Uh-huh.
And the food is a little cold.
And we also probably came in really late in the evening
Yeah,
because we were out all day. So we did not get peak dinner food.
no. It's stew and bread. Tastes okay. It's just been a little bit on the pot too long, and
Mhm.
bread's a little stale, but it's certainly serviceable. You fill up with one temporary hitch point, one temporary hit point. You and Anscombe go to bed, as well as do the rest of your team. Uh, we progress to the next day, unless there's something you wish to accomplish tonight. Okay.
Not unless something happens to me.
Nope. Not tonight.
Sometimes things just do, though.
Sometimes they do. The next day, you awaken. Uh, you've completed a long rest, so go ahead and hit the long rest button.
Woohoo.
One more.
Rested.
Do the same for your party. I believe some resources were spent, but maybe
Really
not.
feel like it was mostly me.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think it was mostly just you. Everyone was just watching. Okay. Long rest. Yes. Rest, rest, rest. Everybody rests. Okay. Your team gathers bright and early the next morning, getting ready to go. As you do, Tier points out it might be wise, as we're heading back toward Farum, maybe be a little careful on the main road, just in case the paladins and such didn't catch all of the cultists. There might be some wanton vengeance or something.
Well, we knew that three were unaccounted for from our uh, destruction of their camp, and Modi said that they caught at least two of them since yesterday. I agree with you, we should be careful, but
I'm just saying caution is wise. I'm not saying to be afraid of every bush.
I'm always very careful.
You don't have to lie to me. Like, right to my
I'm
face.
gonna roll a deception check. Terrible for Lorna.
Yeah.
Even
Tier,
Lorna's a great liar, just not to Tier. Just she cannot lie to this guy.
uh, he just chuckles and he says, right, let's get going. You eat breakfast and you get a move on, heading out of
Mhm.
Shorewatch. Do you make any stops on the way out?
I don't think she had anything that she particularly wanted to do. They went shopping. They got sick tats sporadically. They didn't check their weapons, so they don't have to get them back, which is great. They're on their way out.
Okay. Roll me a D100.
The newly christened nightingales are on the march. 38.
38. Okay. $38. What's your passive perception?
16.
One moment.
Okay. You preparing my doom? Just realized Lorna got hit with that brick last session from the clothesline, and she mage handed it up, but she could have flown up.
She could have.
Fuck.
You're gonna have to
She's
get
gonna have
used
to
to that.
remember that. Yeah.
Okay, here's what happens.
Uh-huh.
As you're making your way out of Shorewatch, you're in the Mist Song district. You're nearing the gate that leads out. You get pressed into a crowd of people, and you and your party are kind of stuck in a line, kind of filtering your way through people until finally you emerge, basically, getting jostled around by people in all directions. And then finally Anscombe says, "All right, make way." And many of them do.
And that's why I keep them around.
But as you make your way towards the gate, that's what happens.
Lorna's gonna check her pockets.
Okay.
Says she has a bad experience from Augur City. Is that an investigation?
Yes.
21.
Roll me another D100.
Okay. Snake Whim is on her belt. 15. I mean, Snake Whim is her belt.
Yeah. 15 gold is
By
missing
anybody.
from your pouch.
Requiem.
Yes.
Were you not watching?
Watching what?
My bag. You know, the one right next to your little head?
Of course I was.
I'm missing 15 gold pieces.
I am sorry. There were many people. I didn't see it.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at myself for not noticing, and I don't have as much gold as I used to, buddy. Ouch! She has 70 gold, and now she has 55. Good thing I rolled low on that D100. Fuck.
Yeah.
Give all of her money. Lauren's just... It's not your fault, Requiem. I hate cities. I never used to hate cities, but now I hate cities.
We
She
can
pouts
always
the rest
make
of the way
more
out.
money.
Oh, we're going to. It's more like just the principle of the matter. People thinking they can steal from me.
Well, they can, apparently.
Apparently they can't. All I ask, buddy, is that you keep a particular eye out until we get out of the city. And if anybody reaches anywhere near, and she kind of gestures to her waist, I want you to bite them. Don't kill them. Just bite them.
I would ask then, in the future, maybe avoid mushing me against other people so I cannot see anything.
I apologize. That was a very dense crowd.
I saw the inside of someone's back.
Ugh. Just don't want to think about the logistics of what that guy felt.
Requiem is quiet after that, and you make your way out of Shorewatch after being freshly pickpocketed for a small amount of coin.
God damn it. Lorna pouts the rest of the way.
As you're walking, you suddenly hear Anscombe say, "Oh, shit. Oh.
Did they get you too?
Yeah.
What did they get?
Someone got my hatchet.
Oh, was it sentimental?
Well, I liked it a lot. And it was worth, a good amount of coin. It was a nice one. It's gone now.
Well, we're getting paid when we get back to Farum is what I'm telling myself, so I don't turn around and find a little bastard and take my money.
It's not really a big deal. I'm sure, we are not the sort of people that any common thug would try and just pick the pockets of. So, maybe they were truly in need.
That's what I'm going to tell myself. Think good person thoughts.
You don't have to look like it's so hard.
She just grits her teeth. Think good person thoughts.
I'm sure you can do it. You've done it before. Remember when you got Cassandra signed up for the Marigard?
She was very cute.
You paid for that. That was...
I know!
So it shouldn't look like you have to eat a lemon to think pleasant thoughts, you know?
Well, it was my choice then.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the difference.
Oh, I see. Alright. Well, look at it this way. And he slaps you on the ass.
Ah! Okay. You know, that is an interesting point you bring up.
I thought you might think so. And behind you, you hear Nora. Oh.
Everybody check your bags.
No one got their hands in mine. And
Is she saving face, or is that true?
roll an insight check.
Natural 20. Really, really good insight checks. 29.
Apparently. You see through her, but she's telling the truth.
Does she just look more threatening than me?
She has a much higher base intimidation than you do.
Lorna just frowns
What's,
like
out of
"Back
curiosity,
tat."
now that I've said that, what's your intimidation? Like, what's
10
your
plus
bonus?
intimidation?
Yeah.
15.
Yeah. Okay. Nora's is like 21.
Jesus. Alright. Alright. Fair enough.
You just have to get used to, watching where hands are going. I gave a couple kids a little bit of a swat, but they didn't get anything.
And I bet they didn't even see Skolna.
Probably not. I have a hard time keeping track of her. She's with us, right? Like, he starts looking around. Hold on. I hope so. He doesn't see her.
It's kind of like when you own a cat and it can leave your house whenever it pleases and it comes back whenever it pleases.
I like cats.
Ah!
You hear Skolna from, like, maybe on the far side of Anscombe.
I also like cats, Skolna. They're very cute and they often bring presents.
You're not telling me I have to find presents, do you?
No, maybe I was just calling you cute.
She squints, like she narrows her eyes at you.
She's telling the truth.
As you make your way the rest of the way toward the Mist Song Gate, heading toward the first bastion, you get to the gates, and you find there is a different guard captain standing outside the tower. This one is... You're not sure if it's a Goliath or just a very tall human, but it's a very, very large person. And they're wearing full armor with a full helmet. Hold on.
Your cup of
Yes, my cup of
metal
vomiting.
speaking.
Yeah. As you're making your way out, the captain turns and says, "A pleasant day, adventurers."
To you as well.
We received your report about the cultists. They're taken care of.
All of them?
We haven't found any more in the woods.
Fantastic. Good work. Soldier, captain, sergeant.
Captain Goering.
Captain Goering.
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 And you are?
Lorna Halloweth of the Nightingales. She says quickly.
As I said, pleasant day. And he just, like, returns to his attention to the other guards. Oh, and then he does turn back and he says, "Are you intending to leave the city?"
Yes, we're on our way out.
We require you return your weapons licenses.
Oh, she looks on herself and pulls out the token that she was given.
Yeah. As you pass him back, he just nods and says, "Stay out of trouble."
Always.
And you are dismissed.
No trouble ever finds Lorna.
Okay. That's a dangerous
Lorna
thing to
finds
say right
trouble.
now. So, you make your way out of Shorewatch, the day beginning and continuing. It is about 7 in the morning when you finally hit the road and are on the move.
Going places we ain't never been, except we've been to Ferrum.
Many times.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're back to this splash, but the trip back to Ferrum is... it's a bit of a hike, if you recall. About a week. So, now we go ahead and resume travel. Before anything else, we need D100.
Okay. 3.
A 3. All right.
A 3.
Travel starts rough. You
Aw.
get out on the road, and only a couple hours
Shit.
pass. Heavy rain begins to fall. Cascading rain. Rain so heavy that Tierre says, "We're not going to be able to get far in this. We need to take shelter."
Fuck.
Does Lorna just shout that?
Yeah.
Okay.
This rain is standing between me and my first paycheck.
We'll get there soon enough. Come on, let's find shelter. And he's going to
Fine.
find a campsite. Okay, so I need you to roll me a D10, please.
Okay. 8. 8 coursers.
8 coursers, yes. Perfect. One moment, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're basically Shorewatch, and the road to it is, well, it's on the coast. Hence the name. And as you're making your way, you have a couple choices. You could follow the actual coast, follow the main road that leads down on like the feet of the rhyming
I'm
mountains.
going to the map.
So this part, if you can see it.
I think you need to drag Vinny.
Oh, I do. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, so this part here,
Yes.
you can choose to travel up in the actual, like, at the foot of the mountains, the Rhyming Mountains, part of the Golden Cascades, right here, which is a little bit slower, but it's farther away from the coast, and it might give you some more shelter from the rain, and also it might have less encounters, but it could take longer. If you follow the coast, you're going to be following the main road where there's a lot of travel, which has both the pros of being around a lot of other people that are traveling the same road as you, which is a bit of safety on its own. The cons are you're going to be around a lot of other people who might be taking the same road as you, and maybe not all of them are pleasant.
True.
It's also faster.
Let's do the factor one.
Sticking to the coast. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so most of your travel you're going to be able to see out over Kylus Bay. It's a very pretty road to travel on. Many places, as you're walking, the road is merely 100 feet away from the beach or the rocky inlets from Kylus Bay. Places where there are too many rocks for a ship to actually port, but if you want water, there's plenty of salt water right there that you could boil. Or if you just want maybe to take it easy or slow, it could be quite relaxing along the beach. And you see a lot of people are setting up camp just along the beach at the point of high tide.
Mm-hmm. Where we will have our beach episode.
Sure. It is raining, cascading right now. The rain is making travel basically impossible, as Tierre has insisted you find cover. And on that 8, you've chosen to follow the coast. Tierre finds a campsite that's basically, it's down off the road, down an inlet basically right on the beach, but above where the water comes up from high tide. You see that it's like a small cove cut into it by maybe weather. And he nestles in and he says, "This will provide us good cover, both from the water and from the rain. So, I don't know how long rain like this is going to last. We're going to have to buckle up."
All right.
How are we looking on food?
Well, we well prepared before we left. Not Shorewatch, but Ferrum.
Right, but we might be stuck here for a couple days.
But the ocean's right there. I'm a pro fisher.
Right. We can live off the land if we need to.
And we have Lisa. Oh wait, she's not. She poisons things.
What?
Your bird, Lisa.
Yeah, you think she's going to give us fish?
You also mentioned
We'll
that
be
everything she
lucky.
buys is like super poisonous or venomous or something like that.
She can eat what she finds. And she can eat what we find. It doesn't go the other way around.
I don't understand your relationship.
Just trust her, alright? And trust me.
I do. I didn't mean to imply that I didn't. I'm trying to understand the uniqueness of your dynamic.
Tier seems like slightly at a loss for words. You can roll an insight check.
I will, like, just for Lorna, like, Requiem's like, okay. When she asks him, oh, terrible. That's kind of classic, though.
Yeah.
For this kind of moment.
You can't
12,
really read
she's
Tier.
like,
He
She doesn't fathom, why won't your bird do what you tell her to do? Like, that just does not make sense to her.
He basically, like, kind of humdrums, and he eventually says, "It's about respect, right? I respect her to do what she likes to do. She respects me to do what I like to do, and occasionally we help each other."
Lorna just, I
Right.
get it.
Great.
She does not get it.
I'm gonna go find us something to eat for lunch. And he begins being a ranger. The rain is cascading, and you see, like, the instant he steps out into the rain, it's like you can't see him anymore. He's like gone. Unfortunately, because you've rolled really bad weather,
Hooray.
we're gonna roll to see how long you're stuck here.
Okay.
Roll me a d4, please.
Please be one. Please be one. Just one. Yay, one.
You're stuck here for a day. The rain comes down all day. What does Lorna do to pass the time, if anything?
She got that sick-ass dragon chat set from the cultists. Shale, dragon... Oops, no, that's a Draconis Fundamentum. Did I put it in my... Well, I got a really nice dragon chess set, so she's gonna play with anybody who wants to play with her.
Okay. Nora would play with you.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know how to play, she'd be happy to teach them as well.
Nora's proficient in dragon chess.
Yeah, I meant anyone in the group.
Oh, I mean, Anscombe.
If there's anyone who
Anscombe watches and he's
wants
like,
to learn, yeah.
"What's this piece do?"
You know, she gives like a whole thing, like each piece she goes into like in depth how it moves, why it moves that way. She goes into like the history of the pieces and like why they're named what they are. It's like it's obnoxious.
Roll
But
me
she
a
looks like
charisma check.
she's having so much fun just kind of diving deep into like the lore and the history. And Ansom's whipped, so I rolled an 18.
Anscombe's whipped, so you rolled an 18.
I rolled an 18, and Anscombe also happens to be whipped.
Okay. So at first, it's like you catch on his face like he regrets asking. But when he realizes this is something you're passionate about, he kind of sets that aside and just starts asking questions as if to just provoke Lorna into going farther.
She dives into like different plays you can do, and like if you set up this piece and then move it this way, then it's called the dragon's. I don't know actual chess maneuvers. I only know Queen's Gambit because of Netflix.
Okay. You don't have to.
But Lorna knows.
Yeah, Lorna explains it all to Anscombe.
Lorna knows.
Anscombe will not become proficient with Dragon Chess, but he will watch you play Nore quite a bit.
No,
and then
he learns. He hears too much and it doesn't stick.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I do need you to roll me a D8.
Okay. That is a 1.
About an hour passes, when suddenly, hold on, where'd the splash go? Here it is. About an hour passes, when suddenly, Tier returns.
You need to pull me and Vinny back.
You can click it. I can't actually pull you.
Ah.
Tier returns at the edge of the cave, and he just... Everyone, quiet. There's creatures out on the beach. I think the Sahwagan.
Oh. Ugh.
You see, like, in his hands, he has, like, 6 pretty good-sized fish. They look like tuna that he's, like, got under his arm. And he's, like, hunkered down in the corner of the cave, looking out. We might have a fight on our hands, everyone.
Not if we're quiet. Right?
There's only one cave on the beach.
How many are there?
Like 6? 6 or
How
7?
tough are they? Like, have you ever encountered them?
I've fought a Sahwagan before. They're not too bad. We can handle it.
How many fireballs?
It depends.
Well, like, I don't know if the rain would hinder that, or if they're not particularly weak to fire, but I could just huck a ball at them and kill or scare.
I don't know how weak they are to fire. I don't think the beach is going to catch fire. It's sand and it's raining.
I'm not worried about that. I don't know. The rain will dampen its ability to...
Roll me a stealth at disadvantage as you're talking, please.
Death and agony. I have it at advantage normally, so I'll roll it straight.
Where are you getting
damn it,
advantage
Lorna. My cloak of Elvenkind.
That doesn't affect how loud you are.
Okay.
You still rolled a 7, so hold on.
I sure did. Ugh. She's talking about the logistics of fire and rain, and then the fish people are like, hello?
Basically.
Fuck.
Okay. So. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Firstly, the music is incorrect for this. All right. As you and your team are hunkered in this cave, you hear, look at this. And Tiara looks at you and he just goes, approaching the cave, you see silhouettes appear in the rain. You're still obscured, but you get the impression that you have been found. What do you do?
Lorna is going to... I've never gotten to successfully use this, so this should be hopefully fun. She is going to, like, touch her chest and cast Dragon's Breath on herself.
Okay.
And she's going to give herself lightning.
Okay. You imbue yourself with lightning breath.
And she's going to go to the front of the cave and see... Like, she's going to release it if they're, like, right there, you know?
Roll a perception check.
Perception. Terrible. God damn it, Lorna. My rolls today. 11.
The rain makes it really hard to tell exactly where they are. What did you roll? An 11? Okay.
Yeah, not great.
You do catch sight of one crouched low with like a long horrible, like, it looks like a carapace-made spear in its hand.
Eek.
It's like ducking low and it's investigating. And there's like a moment where the range just lessens that you make eye contact with it. It's 10 feet away.
I'm not gonna waste that on one thing, so I'm gonna chill touch that bitch.
Okay.
I'm not gonna waste my whole spell on one. I'm gonna wait for them to show up in front of me.
All right.
Good roll. Was it 25 to hit?
Okay. I'm going to ask, as you cast that, please roll initiative.
Yeah. Lorna, you are a garbage person with your 6 initiative.
She's doing her best, right?
Your disappointing mother. Oh, yeah. I still rolled a 25 to hit.
I see that. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yee. 11.
Okay, 11 points of damage to the Swahagan that you can see. You watch as a big chunk of its flesh necrofies, and it makes like a noise as it's pointing in your direction. We begin combat. Can you hear music?
Yep, with Lorna all the way at the fucking bottom. Anscom's 7 is better than her roll.
Yeah, that didn't go well for you.
Nope. Alright, as fast as fuck, though.
Yeah. Nore darts out of the cave next to you, and she says, "You're trying to handle this all by yourself, are you?"
Just don't get in my way.
Oh, right.
No! Oh, that came out wrong. I'm gonna breathe lightning.
Oh, all right. That's better.
Lorna realizes as that comes out just terribly, like everything she says and does.
She will dash forward, slashing at the Sahuagin that you she'll touch, and she's going to use a mobile flourish. So I roll this. That's a 23 to hit. She stabs it for a lot of damage, plus her bardic. 16 points of damage. She darts forward and slays the Sahuagin that you basically immediately necrofied. And as it slumps to the ground, she darts back.
Yeah, there you go.
And then she's going to look through the mist and see if she can identify the next ones. Nope. Okay. It's now Skolna's turn. Skolna peers out the far side of the cave. She takes a look. She spots one a little farther away, and she looses an arrow toward it. She hits 8 plus 13, 18 points of damage.
A million.
Okay, and then Skolna will dart back into the cave, back into cover. It's now Tierre's turn. Tierre is going to look around. He points out 2 of them.
Excellent. I wanted a cluster.
They're all moving towards the cave now. And Tierre is going to... That was his action to search, and he spotted them. He will bonus action Hunter's Mark this one. And that's his turn. It's now the Sahuagin's turn. Another one reveals itself as it emerges right in your face. And it's going to lash out with its spear. One at you.
Right? Shit. I didn't use my mage armor because I'm stupid.
That's a 14 to hit.
That hits.
You take 6 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
So go ahead and make your concentration check.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I succeed. 11.
Okay. And then the next one's going at Norway. And that hits. It stabs Norway for 5 points of piercing damage. That's its turn. This next Sahuagin steps over the corpse of its friend, right in your face. It's going to try and bite you. I think that actually misses you. Is that an 11 to hit?
That's my AC without the mage armor.
Do you not have shield?
I do. It's fine.
Okay, you take 6 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And then it's going to spear at Norway. And it hits. All their attacks have hit so far. But that one only does 4 points of piercing damage to Norway. Okay. This one doesn't need to be in the order anymore. Remove combatant. Anscombe runs up.
Lorna says, range! Range!
Anscombe runs up next to you.
That works too.
And the Dragonbone longsword emerges in his hands. And he says, right. It's about time. And he will slash at the one that's been messing with you, and he natural 20s it.
Aw, I love him. Lorna swoons. That might be the blood loss.
Could be. He brings the... Okay. It's going to be a lot of damage. He's using 2 hands. It's versatile, and it's a crit.
Yeah.
And he can't roll ones. 40 points of damage.
Ugh.
The flaming... The Dragonbone longsword doesn't look like it's on fire, but as it slashes into this creature, you see flames just like sparking out of the creature's flesh as it cleaves into it and slashes from its clavicle all the way down it out of its left side, basically just slewing it in a third, and the Sahuagin falls over dead.
Lorna kind of whistles.
Who's next? And he will run up to this one.
I hit the nut button.
And he will slap again. Natural 1. He slips on the corpse of the Sahuagin he just killed and stumbles. He's like, oh, fuck. He catches himself, but he does waste the attack. That's his turn. Lorna.
Well, shit. These two aren't in a cone, are they? I guess there's... So she's going to move over here next to Anscombe. Can she hit at least these two with her dragon?
You can definitely hit 2.
Okay, then DC 17 dex saves, please.
The first one rolled an 8. Fail. The second one rolled a 3. They both failed.
Okay, so she carefully steps over the corpse that Anscombe slipped on and stands next to him, takes a deep breath, and like exhales, and then just lightning leaves her mouth, and that's never happened before. She's never been able to use this spell. Oh, and I whiff the damage.
Yeah,
7.
the damage is poor.
7 zappy zap.
Okay, 7 damage.
I hit 2 of them. That's gotta count for something, right?
Okay, you still have a bonus action if you'd like to use it.
No. I don't really have a bonus action that I can use at this time.
Okay. What happened to my music? Sir, keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I need to remove this from the playlist, I guess. Because it just doesn't work. Alright, this Sahuagin reveals itself and surges forward up into Noray's face. You can get rid of these two. And it's going to spear at Noray. It natural 1s. Then it will spear at Anscombe. That's a 22 to hit, which will hit Anscombe. I think Anscombe has a reaction. Let me see here.
Is he going to wisely shield where I didn't?
I don't believe he will. Hold on. I'm looking for what he can do as a reaction. He's not a battle master. That's right. What am I doing? Yeah, he will shield. He doesn't feel like getting poked by a spear. He just holds his hand up like he takes off the longsword, and a magical shield just boom, blocks the spear point. No.
No.
That's the That was the Sahuagin's turn. It failed to do anything. This one is going to surge forward angrily, and it's going to try and stab you, Lorna, for zapping its friend. That's a 9 to hit.
No, that doesn't hit for once.
That doesn't hit, yeah. Then it's going to stab at Anscombe, whose AC is... It can't hit him. It would have to nat 20. Okay. This one. Going for you. That's a 15 to hit.
I'm so mad I didn't pack Lorna's Burning Blood today. Damn it.
You take 9 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
That was a max damage one. But the second one misses.
Hooray. Bless you.
Thank you. One moment. Sorry.
That's okay.
Life is pain.
I don't have Thunder Wave. I don't have anything.
It's now Nore's turn. Nore, thinking similarly to you, will... No, she can't disengage. Okay, she will just stab this guy, which is full health. She hits. Rolling. She will flourish, a flashing flourish, and add... Okay.
Hook him up.
She deals 19 points of slashing damage to that Sahuagin. And that's her turn, I believe. Yeah. That's her turn. Next is Skolna. Skolna will move up and stab this Sahuagin in the back with her weapon. She has advantage. She's flanking, which is good, because that was a 3. Okay, that hits. Okay, so Skolna kills this Sahuagin.
Murder.
It's now Tierre's turn. Tierre is going to... he's going to cast Cure Wounds on you. I just saw your health.
Thanks. Yeah, she's like, ow.
Hey, you gotta get out of the way.
Fish food.
That's 7 on the die, so you heal for 11.
Thank you.
That's his turn. He's kind of wasted his turn.
Fuck, why is our wizard fucking smithereens over here?
Yeah, why is she in melee? This Sahuagin is going to stab at it.
Trying new things.
It hits Nore for 9 points of piercing damage. And then it's going to stab at Anscombe. And it doesn't hit. Anscombe's turn. Anscombe's going to he's going to start swinging. The longsword slashes toward the one that just stabbed at Nore and hits with a 25. I'll just roll it on that thing, because it's a lot of dice. Okay, he deals 15 points of damage to it, slaying that Sahuagin. Get rid of that. And then Anscombe will swing at the next one. If he hits, it dies. Natural 20. He hit.
I love this man.
Cleft in half, the worst way one can be.
Woof.
That's his turn. Lorna, there's one left.
Well, I'm in melee, so Shocking Grasp. Is it wearing metal?
No.
Okay.
You could flank it, though.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna run around, and she's gonna cast Shocking Grasp on it. With advantage. Oh, Lorna. 14.
14 hits.
Woo! For 10. Zappy.
10 points of damage. Okay, you nearly kill it. The Sahuagin is brought down to its knees, and then it just looks at you and...
To you.
Any bonus action for you?
Nope.
Okay. It's the last Sahuagin's turn.
The one I just zapped? Oh, great.
Yeah. It's going to try and stab you for that. Natural 1.
Woo!
It will try again. 9 to hit.
Hooray!
Okay. Your armor saves you. Nore darts up and is going to stab it in the back. With advantage. Okay. That's 9 points of piercing damage. The Sahuagin is slain.
Ah, fuck.
As soon as the fight began, it ends. As the last Sahuagin falls in 3 rounds of combat, your team looks at the corpses of these fish people, and Tyr says, "Alright, let's haul these out to the water. We don't want them."
They're not edible?
No,
I was just curious. Don't milk at me like that.
it's a person. It's like a fish person.
I didn't know I did a racism.
It's almost a cannibalism. It's real close.
Oh. Don't tell anyone. That doesn't leave this cave.
Alright.
Inside check.
Give me a hand. Yeah, you can inside check him.
25.
He's gonna tell everybody.
Oh. Lorna doesn't see Sahuagin as people. Sorry.
Tyr and Anscombe, begin hauling the corpses out to the water. And it takes a moment, but Nore says, I can help! And she will do the same. Which leaves you and Skolna just kind of standing there.
Hey.
She nods.
Did you know that Professor Daring was part of the Copper Mask?
She shakes her head.
Huh.
The members
Do you think that's like
common knowledge.
What is?
The members are not common knowledge.
Yeah, he seemed a little kind of irritated that I brought it up.
She nods.
But he brought up something really personal to me, so it was only fair.
She kind of like tilts her head and looks at you.
I don't really know how criminal organization works.
Stay alive through secrecy. Being open about that sort of thing invites trouble.
Yeah, it would get you killed, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Well, I'll try to be smarter in the future. I keep telling myself that, and then I do dumb things.
As smart as you are, that doesn't make sense.
I know. I keep telling myself it's going to come with experience.
You don't think before you talk much.
I think I do. I just don't think about what's important.
She shakes her head.
Oh, so I just don't think at all.
She shakes her head again. I've watched you. You talk about what's important to you, but you don't think about what's important to who you're talking to.
In like a selfish way?
I don't think it's malignant. I think it's just kind of neglectful, benign.
Thoughtless.
Yeah.
All right.
You have a good heart, so I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Unless I get killed before then.
That could happen.
Lorna just kind of turns slowly to look at her.
I can't keep you safe from everyone.
Can you try?
She looks at you like, how dare you even ask?
Right, I know. You'll do your best. It's only a matter of what is humanly possible. Tieflingly possible.
She shrugs. All the same to me.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind going forward when I speak to people.
How are you and Lily doing?
Oh, I guess as good as one could be in this situation.
You've been slipping a lot lately.
Yeah. But it's weird to say it's not unwelcome. Rather, I'm kind of encouraging it.
Why?
I mean, wouldn't you want to know?
I don't know.
I guess it's kind of a hard thing to put yourself in the shoes of. It's really hard to wrap your head around having a whole history that you both were part of and aren't part of.
What's the next step?
There is, there's a druid's grove I want to look into after we get back to Farum, north in the Rimwood, that I think might have some answers.
What questions do you have?
I used to know a member of their group, and he was important to me at one point, I guess.
Skolna's rolling an insight check.
Oof. This is the first time she's been so direct about this topic.
Okay. What does she get with a 27?
Jesus. I kind of reading for. Just is
She's
it like
trying to read your emotional state about this, because she's pointed it out, and you have fallen unconscious a lot lately.
yeah, or just zoned out or disassociated completely? Yeah. Lorna looks. She looks anticipatory, like a kind of eagerness of like. She's got a lead and she's looking forward to pursuing it and uncovering things, and Lorna's a person who really values knowledge and learning something new, so this is exciting for her, but it's not just reading a book and learning a new fact. It's very dark and intimate and scary, but there's also guilt, because she's just mentioned Malcolm kind of out loud for the first time really to anyone, and she feels guilty that she hasn't let her friends know kind of where her headspace is with this person who was so important to her and is kind of driving everything right now, and is kind of the reason why their team named what they are, and she hasn't told Anscombe, which is a questionable choice. So she's interested, she's eager, she's worried, she's scared, she's guilty. Those are all things that Skolna would pick up with a fucking 27.
I think Skolna looks at you for a long moment. Just kind of nods. Before the others come back, Skolna pulls you into a hug.
Oh, Lorna is shell-shocked for a moment before she reciprocates, because like this is what she perceives to be a rare event of physical affection with Skolna that she's not going to pass up because she's surprised.
I need to point out, it's clear Skolna has not practiced this much.
Yes.
It is an awkward hug, but it is a real embrace. And when she hugs you, Skolna then says, "It looks like a lot."
Yeah, it is. But I'm not alone, so.
Never alone.
Thanks, Skolna.
She lets you go. She has an unreadable look on her face.
Is it unreadable, or can I roll an insight?
You can certainly try.
Aw, poo. It rolled from a natural 20 to a fucking 2.
It is unreadable.
Yeah. I rolled an 11.
She rolled like a million. Don't worry about
Okay.
it. It is basically after that moment where you make eye contact with her that you hear Anscombe and Tierra and Nore return and gather the rest of the bodies. Everything all right in here? Anybody bleeding
All in
out?
one piece? No.
Good. I'll be right back. As they haul out... You notice Those Sahuagin corpses smelled awful. Like, low tide magnified.
Ugh.
It was an
Ugh.
awful smell. It's gone now, but holy cannoli, it smelled rank.
Lorna regrets asking if they were edible.
Good thing, too.
Yuck.
Yeah, TR looked at you like, why? You wouldn't really consider that, would
Pen
you?
couldn't fucking smell them when she asked that, but Lorna would have.
Uh-huh. Okay. As your party returns, you still have some time. You're stuck in this cave, basically.
Yep.
The rain too dense to travel by road or by beach. So, you go on to the evening. Please roll me a d8.
5.
Okay. All right. It's a boring evening.
Hooray.
You're basically waiting until the rain lets up, and it doesn't, and so the daylight goes away, and the advantage that you had of leaving early in the morning is gone. It doesn't take long before Tier says, all right, looks like we're going to be stuck here all night, so let's go ahead and light a fire and, settle in. Get some rest, recover, we'll try again tomorrow.
Lorna will take out a piece of transcription paper and write a letter to Perse saying, mission complete, on our way home. Approximate, 7 days?
Yeah.
8 days? And she'll be like, Lorna, and the nightingales!
You get a note back. It's very simple. It just says...
great.
It literally just says, acknowledged.
Oh.
You should probably set up a night watch tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get you on the camp of watch order. Hold on. Okay. Oh, you're all invisible. All right. What watches are people taking?
Lorna wants to go on watch with Norre. I'll stick them on 4th watch.
Okay.
Tier first. Skolna second is fine. Anscombe third.
Okay. All right. As you settle in to take a watch, you go to sleep, and I will roll for the rest of the watches, and I will let you know if anything happens.
Okay.
And if, something might happen, I'll let you know if you are woken up. Okay. This is a D8. That's why that was weird. Okay. 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 Before anything else, go ahead and take a short rest.
Just a short rest?
Yep.
Aw. Oh, I only need D6 plus 3. Oh, it didn't roll it. I'll just roll it now. 4 plus 3 is 7. Good enough. Alright, I'm done.
Okay. Here's what happens. You are stirred awake as Skolna wakes you up by setting her fingers to your lips and is super close, like she's inches away from your face, just like, quiet.
What did she say?
Quiet.
Lorna doesn't say a fucking word.
She flicks with her eyes toward the cave entrance, and then Skolna, somehow, like, you see her disappear, and then you hear her say, quiet, to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Looking toward the entrance of the cave, you see an absolutely enormous silhouette. It is filling the cave entrance, and you hear as it is investigating. It's hard to tell. You have dark vision, correct?
I do. I have magic dark vision because of Magos.
You see an owlbear.
Oh, shit.
You see Tier, like, sit up, looking toward it. Shit. I don't have speak with animals right now.
Lorna just looks at him like, well? What are we doing?
We have to fight it or scare it off.
Oh, shit. Do I have anything for that? God damn it. I don't have thaumaturgy. Just Skolna.
Does Skolna have thaumaturgy?
She's a tiefling.
She
Don't they
is
just
a
get that?
tiefling. Not all of them. She does have thaumaturgy, though.
Lorna's thought was make a really loud noise to scare it off, but it's Skolna!
Yeah. You look
She's
at
never made a loud
Skolna.
noise in her life.
You, like, look at Skolna and, like, try and convey that thought, and she just, like, shrugs and shakes her head at you like she doesn't know what the hell you want. Anscombe sits up as Skolna wakes him up, and the rattle of his armor, the owlbear, its huge head and beak tilt toward him, and it immediately begins to push into the cave.
Can I cast blindness on this fucker?
Yeah.
Probably has a shitload of con, but
It is an
fingers
owlbear.
crossed. Yeah. 17 con save, please.
Okay. That's a 22. However,
Damn.
the magic clings across the owlbear, and as it forces away the blindness, you hear, and it, we need to roll initiative.
Oh, fuck me.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go back to the, well, we can do it here. This map's fine. Owlbear.
Hey, bud.
Hold on. Yeah. Well, it's time to boogie. Hey, please work keyboard. Thank you. All right. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Rolled a 5. Congratulations, Lorna.
As the owlbear begins to surge forward, clear the threat is now a threat. Skolna stands up. You watch as she pulls a dagger from her belt and dunks it in something, and then throws it. Skolna's throwing a poison dagger. Let's see if it hits. It's just a straight roll. That's real bad. The dagger, while it does hit the owlbear, it's clear the feathery hide is just too tough, and the dagger bounces off. And you hear Skolna say, shit. Then she will dart and try... Nope, she used her bonus action. She will just get to the far side of the cave. Next, Norre. All right. Okay, she is going to What does she do here? She has so many options and so little time to decide. Okay. Here's what she's going to do. She's going to cast a 3rd level spell. She draws her flute to her lips as she's like seating up. She hasn't stood up yet. And she just plays a sharp trill on the flute. And it's going to cast Cryo Grasp. I think this works. Yes. The target must make a strength saving throw. They fails, so it takes 3d10 cold damage, and it is grappled until the end of this turn, unless it succeeds on another strength saving throw. So it takes 16 points of cold damage, and the owlbear is grappled. It can make another strength saving throw on its turn. Here it is. Nore is going to bonus action look at Anscombe and will Bardic Inspire him and say, "Get up!" It's now Tier's turn. What the fuck does Tier do? He's just gonna draw his longbow. He's not getting into melee with this thing. Which is, he like, you see him look at down at his belt at the fancy looking scimitar he's got, and he's like, and he pulls the longbow.
Bless you.
Excuse me, thank you. Life is pain.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness gracious. Forgive me. He hits, dealing a bunch of damage. That's 5. Okay, so the first shot deals 13 points of piercing damage. Second arrow misses. That's his turn. Lorna, you're up.
Oh, hey, she's gonna cast haste on Anscombe.
Okay.
And then she's going to unfurl her wings and fly to the top of the cavern so that it can't hit her.
The cavern is only 15 feet high.
She's gonna get up there.
Okay. If it gets right under you, it can hit you. As a warning.
Okay. Well, she's trying to avoid it as much as possible by being the least optimal target to hit.
Understood. You cast haste on Anscombe and then fly
Lorna
to the
says,
top.
"Fuck him up, Anscombe!"
As he's getting up, suddenly he feels the haste take on. He's like, "That's the plan." Okay. It's now the owlbear's turn.
Oh, shit.
The owlbear is grappled. It gets to make another strength saving throw. But first, it's going to use its multi-attack to throw a rock. So you watch as its claws dig into the soil, gathers up a huge stone, and just hurls it. It's going straight for Tier, because he's the one who did... No, it's heading straight for Nore, because she's the one who did the most damage to it. I missed the dice tower.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's 22 to hit that.
Lorna releases a burst of sparks and casts silvery barbs to distract it.
Okay, rolling again. The second roll was better.
Shit, alright.
Who do you give advantage to?
Nore, she might need it.
Okay, the stone comes a-flying. Roll damage. Okay. 23 points of damage to Nore.
Holy shit. That is a lot of damage.
Nore is slammed and knocked back onto her ass. I need to I believe this is concentration. She needs to make a concentration check. DC is...
She has advantage.
Well, she succeeded.
Hooray. And she didn't use it?
She did not use it. Her first roll
Great,
was a
she
19.
can use it next time.
The owlbear cannot use its second attack, so it's going to make the strength save against Cryograsp. That succeeds. It manages to tear itself out of the ice. But that's the end of its turn. Anscombe's turn.
Now Anscombe's gonna fuck it up.
Anscombe charges up to it, running the length of the cave. Let's see.
Tara picked a bad place to camp.
No, he didn't. You just happened. There's just the rolls are unfortunate. Okay. A dirty 20 hits. I'll just roll a 3 attack. Natural 20.
Woo!
Jesus Christ.
My man.
And a 22 to hit. Okay, so
Yes,
let's see here. First attack deals... Oh, you can't roll ones. 14 points of damage. Second attack...
Is the crit.
You still can't roll ones, Anscombe. Stop doing that. Okay. 34 points of damage. And the final attack. ...21 points of damage.
Holy shit.
After all this happens, the owlbear throws the stone. All of you are panicking. You hasten. Anscombe, he gets up, the longsword whoosh, appearing in his hands. He runs up to it, charging, thrusting the longsword in at the start, yanking it out, and just home run swings through the owlbear's face, and it cleaves deep, cutting the jaw almost in half. And as he withdraws it, he just thrusts back in again. And the owlbear, with a horrible screeches and slumps to the ground.
Oh shit, he just made a rotisserie chicken out of that bitch.
Covered in owlbear blood, Anscombe yanks the longsword out and just it vanishes, and he's... Everyone alright?
Lorna drifts down and just kind of numbly casts Presty on him to clean up the blood.
Thanks.
Oh, Norre! Shit!
Norre is alive, but prone.
Tier!
I'm going! And Tier will run over and cast Cure Wounds at second level, because he's used all his first levels. It's 2d8, plus 4, that's 6, another 6. 16 points of healing to Norre.
That's better.
Norre, is flat on her back, just... Oh!
Oh, ooh, that sounded like a couple ribs.
It was.
Ugh. It was almost as bad hearing them crack for us, I think.
Oh, was it? As Tier, heals her, you can hear them back into place.
Ugh.
Thanks. Fuck. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
And Anscombe says, wait. Ugh. And the haste ends.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I always forget about that part. He just kind of slumps.
Yeah, he just, sits down.
Great job.
Thanks.
Really profoundly attractive.
He, barely, lifts his head and he's like, I'm glad.
I know that's your top priority.
I'm sure I'll... Just doesn't even finish the sentence.
I understand.
As the haste's detriment falls away, Anscombe will, roll his shoulders and get up, and he will say, this spell, it's real useful. But that ending, really... Ugh.
Yeah. Maybe I'll work something out and try to negate that. I don't know how, but I'm magic, so...
Yeah. Hey, is this a problem? And, he's pointing at the corpse of the owlbear, and Tier says, it should be alright for one night, but...
It's too
big
to move.
We won't be here for much longer. At least, I hope not.
No, we're leaving as soon as we can.
Well, if the weather doesn't let up, we might have to find a new campsite, but... Yeah, we shouldn't
We'll deal
stay
with it
here.
then.
But for the rest of the night, it should be fine. And Anscombe nods and he just, like, slumps back onto his bedroll. You have survived the night encounter of an owlbear finding your campsite.
Hooray!
As that happens, you go back to sleep, and Skolna's watch continues.
Yep.
Okay? Alright. And after you get some more sleep, you can now finish a long rest.
Hooray!
As Anscombe awakens you and awakens Nori. Alright. I didn't hear anything, so I think the owlbear's blocking most of the cave anyway.
Yeah, I feel like we've dealt with enough shit for one day.
If only it worked like that, right? And he lays down. As Nori sits up, she like looks over at the owlbear and is like holding her chest where the memory of the stone slammed into. She's completed a long rest, so she's now fine. Which I should go do. She looks at you and she says, "This has been a hell of a trip."
Yeah, I always forget how dangerous it is outside of the cities. And in the cities.
The world's dangerous.
Yeah. Do you want just like a feather or something? To remember him by? Her? It?
The owlbear? No.
Yeah, I mean it would look really cool on you.
If you want a trophy, you go ahead and take one, but I don't need one.
Does Lorna actually know if there's any like magical properties of its
Of an owlbear?
organs?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll either in... You can roll in nature or an arcana at disadvantage.
Aw. I think I'd rather roll an arcana at disadvantage.
Then roll
And
arcana at disadvantage.
I did. Natural 20 and a 12, so dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You know that the hide of an owlbear is prized for making really, really durable leather armor. That's it.
Lorna groans, knowing her skill set is not in skinning animals. And just kind of forgoes that. And rather, a bit of time passes in quiet. And she looks over at Nori and she says, can I ask you something?
Yeah. So.
We talked a few weeks ago, maybe a month, 2 months. I don't remember when. It was before we graduated.
Mm-hmm.
And you told me a little bit about where you're from and your family. And kind of what you want to do someday.
Yeah.
Do you have like a game plan with that? Do you want to talk about it?
She considers your question. Why do you ask?
Well, I've got some stuff going on. I mean, it's usually just playing in the background. I don't think you may have noticed.
Uh-huh.
That was a poor attempt at a joke. But I'm aware that my friends have stuff going on too. And I know we talked about your family and helping them. And I know a bit about these guys, and she kind of gestures to their sleeping party members. And she looks back at Nore and she says, "You're kind of the only one with more of an immediacy thing. Everybody else in their lives, if they had people to lose, they kind of lost them already."
What do you remember?
I think your sisters are in trouble, and you and a couple of brothers tried to get them back, but you lost a few in the process.
Aye. That's the sum of it.
I know there are demons and demon conjurers, masters of those said demons, and they might still be alive.
I've heard rumor their leader is in Port Kopeke.
Port Kopeki?
You not heard of it?
Is it in Terracona?
Aye, it's the most northern point of the world.
I can't say I've heard much.
Well, it said their leader stays there. That's neither here nor there. Before anything else, I need to get stronger. I need to get the training and the equipment so that I have the strength to kill them.
You're not of the mind that if you just run in now, you'll not be any use to them dead.
I don't know. I don't think I'm strong enough. I've seen what they could do. I've heard the stories about demons. I've never faced one myself, one-on-one, toe-to-toe. And until I do, I don't think I'll know what I'm up against. Some demons are creatures larger than a house. The sort that can pick a man up and crush him in one hand.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
I'm not... You're familiar? You seen him?
And not in this lifetime.
That's a very carefully worded way of saying that. When one
A while
knows you
ago.
haven't had just one life.
A while ago, she was part of a society that regularly summoned demons. Not like in Terracona, a completely different place, but apparently they have similar practices. Using them to get jobs done, and tearing people and places asunder was one of them, so I remember seeing that.
Well, has she been to the Outrageous Range? Or Terracona at all?
I can ask.
Next time you have a conversation with that voice in your head, do so.
Oh, gosh, what was I'm sure Lorna does, Penn doesn't. The demon specifically that Bellador summoned to kill that uppity male drow. What was that called? Was it a bee? I feel like we have the bee.
A Bogarath?
Yeah. Does she know that she summoned it? Or conjured it? Or controlled it?
Yeah.
Lorna would kind of look at Nori and say, "At one point she summoned a Bogarath? Or tamed one? Temporarily speaking, I don't think they had an accord."
There's no taming of demons. Only rituals and bindings that tie them to your service.
Right, she wasn't thrilled about the idea of losing her grasp on it and having to try again.
The stories I've heard, when a summoner loses control over a demon, the demon tries to kill them. And anyone they find important to them.
Oh. I don't know. I know it was summoned for a purpose, a very unfortunate one for the people involved, and then she left. I don't know if she desummoned it or sent it back where it came from, or I don't know anything, really.
I don't know enough about summoning magic myself. I've not wanted to investigate it. It might be the sort of thing one wants to talk with Tabernac about.
It's not a bad idea. I only recently learned this. It was one of my slips this trip.
Right. There were a lot of those.
Yes,
Are you alright?
I think so. Skolna kind of gave me a proper chewing out while you guys were moving some corpses about my grasp on reality. Yeah, believe it or not, a woman of few words that she is, when she wants to use those words purposefully, they are powerful.
Those who speak rarely usually are. Okay. I would love to go back to Drake Shores at some point and put an end to the raiders that are the reason I came here. Problem is, finding where they actually are and not just where they come out of the ground from. Not just the demons. Finding the summoners. That's the challenge. That's what the Blade Maidens and the Drake Guard do. Not just fight demons, but try to find those who bring them to the world.
The root of the problem in the first place.
Yeah. And it's not easy to find them. They hide their tracks well. There's something about the mountains. About the Origis Range. Divination magics don't work properly there. It's as though there's always interference from within. At least that's what I've been told. My own efforts have been paltry and ineffective.
Well, Lily and I had a thought about stopping at the Arcanium at some point to do some research. We can include that in it. She doesn't know anything about it, or not enough.
I'd love to. I've not been to an Arcanium.
It's something.
I hear you can find almost anything there.
You can if you talk to the librarian.
There's a librarian?
Yeah, not a lot of people know that fact. Actually, he and I go way back.
Which librarian? Which Arcanium?
All of them. They're all the same.
Nora's like reeling.
It's a space that's shared amongst all of them. It's all the same library. It's all the same librarian.
So you can go to the same place from anywhere? Can you go to anywhere from the Arcanium?
I'm sure if you knew how to, you could. I'm sure there's restrictions on that.
Of course.
The librarian is not super forgiving if you break his rules.
I imagine not, if it's the sort of library that you can get to from anywhere. Alright. Yeah, I'd like to.
I need to re-establish some boundaries with him when we go there. But if that conversation goes well, we could ask him to help us find some information. Oh.
Did you sleep with him in a past life?
Not that I'm aware of. We have this thing, like a deal, really.
Oh.
And I still owe him.
How much? Can we work it off?
Not ethically. I'm still... So he actually won't tell me the terms of the contract because I've forgotten them. But he did remind me of what the sum total was. Apparently, something like 400 souls.
You are not great at word working, Lorna. 400 souls?
She just kind of shrugs. Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Souls. Like people. Well, you're not gonna go through with that, are you?
No, of course not. See, that's the problem. I don't want to do that. I don't plan to do that, but I can't figure out how to rework this contract in a way that isn't absolutely morally bankrupt because you won't show me it, you know? I can't find a way to maybe offer an equal substitute if I don't know what the terms are.
What's an equal substitute to 400 lives?
I don't know. Whatever I wanted.
Nori, like, looks thoughtful. She says, what could you have wanted in a past life that was worth 400 people?
I have an idea.
Yeah? Spell it out
Do you
for
know-
me.
Do you know what the fucked up thing is? It didn't even work.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
She kind of, it looks like she kind of fiddles with her hands in her lap, like she's kind of weighing the pros and cons of like telling Nore. And she'll look at her party members and try to see if they're asleep.
Roll an insight check.
Okay. Oh, pretty good. 24.
They're asleep.
Have you ever... Is there anyone in your life that you would do anything for?
Nore considers it. The family?
Anything for?
I think so. Unless I'm missing something.
To the tune of 400 souls.
No, I guess not. I don't think I would... I don't know. I don't know what I would do if that came up like that.
Well, I know what I would do,
Because you did it.
I guess. And it didn't even work.
Who? Who did you give up 400 people for? That was a waste. That the debt's still on your head.
I think Lorna doesn't say anything, but she wills her wings to unfurl, the astral ones, and they just kind of wrap around her.
You don't have to tell me. Not if you're not ready, and I don't know if you ever will be. It's fine. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
I hope whoever it was, or is, hope they're worth it.
He was.
I have an important question.
Sure, we're there now, aren't we?
It's not Anscombe, is it?
As this is the first lifetime I've met Anscombe. I don't know if that answers your question.
Would you give up 400 people for Anscombe?
I think Lorna would kind of rest her head on her knees and like look over to where Anscombe is laying asleep, hopefully.
Yeah, he's
Right,
asleep.
hopefully.
It's actually
And-
kind of hard to tell at first. He doesn't snore. And he's sleeping in his armor, which you know is not very comfortable.
Yeah.
But he's sleeping, like, his head's resting on the bedroll, and you do see the relaxed, full, like, closed eyes sleep of REM sleep on him.
Mm-hmm. She would watch him for a minute, just breathing, and would turn her head back to Nori and say, I don't know.
She nods. It's a hard question. But if you in a past life did that for somebody, Well, I hope they were quite the somebody.
I've been told. I have hopes of going to a Druid's Grove after we get our paycheck in Farum.
Why?
The one that he used to belong to.
The one worth so many lives. Wait, hold on. He was a druid. He would. I don't know of a druid that would have been. I don't know of any druid circle that would be all right with the sacrifice of so many folk for them. They're
I
all
don't
about
know.
life and living and freedom.
I don't know how he would feel about it. I don't know if he knows. I doubt it, because he's been gone a long time.
How? Wait, okay. From the top.
I never tell things in chronological order.
No, you don't. It's getting kind of obnoxious, honestly.
So I never know where people are in their knowledge of what I've told them. I just know what I'm dealing with.
I know you have your past life in your head. The life that was supposed to be you and isn't, because you're not that person. I know you call them Lily. And I know that they're apparently responsible for sacrificing a small village's worth of people for one druid.
Want to know the name of the village?
Aye.
Tuskel's Lane in Saris.
You see recognition in Nori's eyes. That's... during the War of the Dead. I've heard stories about battles in the War of the Dead and how the dead would rise. But not from Tuskel's Lane. You know the story, don't you?
Well, maybe.
There's bard songs about it.
I know it was a hole in the ground after I was done with it.
That was you. Terrifying. Alright. Okay.
Well, not me. You know, not Lorna.
But it was. Just who you were. You must have
That's
been
up for
very...
some debate.
You must have been very powerful.
Oh, the librarian was involved with that too.
I imagine. Because of course, why not? The story goes, and most of the songs tell it the same way. The Saracen army gathered forces, rode to Tuskel's Lane, because the town was fortified. They built high stone walls to keep the dead out and keep the living in. But it was a small town. It was little more than a keep, with some farms that were overrun. The army went there, and they were ready to meet the dead head on. But it vanished. In a cloud of smoke, Tuskel's Lane, poof, was gone. The dead arrived, found nothing, and kept walking.
Yeah.
That was you. Or her.
Yeah.
I don't think you need me to tell you how fucked up that is.
Yeah.
Those were soldiers. People fighting to save others. I guess all that mattered was that they were lives and they could be spent. Summoners are always the same. I've never trusted one. At least, I don't know if I should.
Me neither do I. And I have one in my head.
You see, they're willing to sacrifice anything to get what they need. but they give no thought as to what those they're sacrificing think, or hope, or love.
Thoughtless. Lorna thinks, echoing back to her conversation with Velma.
Little. Only, it's beyond that. It's selfish. It's greedy. Anyway, I'm not going to rag on you for what the story's saying. What a past life of yours did. Because you didn't.
Oh, it was a while ago.
That doesn't matter. That part... they say time heals all wounds, but it's not
that one.
It's not a wound. It's actual murder of 400 people.
Or put their head in her hands. Yeah, I know. And I don't even know how the man would feel about it. The one I did everything for.
You mean Lily did everything for her?
Yes, Lily. Just Lily, not me.
Would you do it too? For this stranger?
I don't know him.
Right. So,
I've just seen him, the way he looks.
when you see these memories, do you think what you thought, or what your past self thought?
It's like an echo. But I don't know who is the voice and who is the repetition.
Is this the same when it's over?
It's less strong when it's over. When we're not actively in each other's place.
Then I imagine you'd feel, or rather, you know what Lily felt when she made these choices.
At least a portion.
That probably helps justify.
I don't know if it makes it better or worse. It does make dating really confusing.
I imagine so. Anscombe seems like a real gentle fellow.
So was the one before. I guess I have a type.
You both have a type, you mean?
Right.
Your past self isn't you. Lily is not you, because I would not be friends with you. But I clearly am, and I'm never wrong, so...
So I must be someone else.
Must be. Tell you what. I help you deal with this contracty librarian that holds your head for 400 lives. And you help me find the Summoner Raider Cup.
Easy. I mean, it won't be easy, but it's an easy deal to make.
She nods, and then holds out her hand to you.
Lorna will take it, and as she's shaking it, she'll say, Do you want me to try to reach out to one of your sisters?
You see her face kind of pales a little as she considers that possibility. I'd be afraid to find out she's dead. Or worse. Let me think on that. Get up the courage.
I understand.
But you're kind for offering.
That's me. I'm very kind. Not selfish in the slightest. That's how I know I'm Lorna.
Everyone does things for selfish reasons sometimes.
Some more evil than others.
It's evil. That's a little far. Do you think you're evil?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I've seen you
Yeah,
fight.
you're never wrong.
It's true. I've seen you fight in the fall festival for your friends. I've trained with you. Been on a lot of jobs with you. I don't think you're evil.
I hope I stay that way.
She shrugs. I think good and evil is just painting it too white and black. She then leans up against the cave wall and looks toward the entrance and says, I haven't been listening for anything.
No, I've just been hoping that if we die quickly.
Fuck that, I'm dying in battle. Gloriously.
Right.
I've got an afterlife to get to. I do need you to roll perception.
Lorna's thinking, I'm going to go to hell, so I'll take my time waiting for that reality. I rolled a 10.
Okay. As you have this conversation with Norre, and nothing seems to encounter you, and the suns do rise, rain's still falling, but seems to be lessening. At the end of this watch is where we will stop tonight's session. So,
I only made it one day.
you made it one day. To be fair, you had a lot of encounters rolled.
Fucking owlbear and the Sahuagin and
Sahuagin.
emotions.
Emotional bullshit. All right.
Emotional damage.
As we come to the end of the session, I want to say thank you for playing with me. I had a good time, and I hope you did too. To those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi, Penn.
Hi, Pan.
And Emily and everybody else.
Yeah.
We love you, and I wish you all a good night.